Hi guys, what's up? This is the second video for my living room Aikido or Aikido in your living room experience here that I'm trying to make partly for myself and maybe hopefully some of you guys find it useful as well. And with this video, I thought I was gonna also a little bit on a request do something for yourself, like the solo exercise. And to be fair, it's gonna be much more of solo exercise as we go along now the next couple of weeks and probably month for you who do not have a dojo to go to anymore, or at least temporarily. We know it should be temporarily. Nevertheless, you have your living room. This is going to have to be your place. And as you notice, again, I set this place up as a little bit of a training space. I use my mattresses here. For what I'm going to do today, we're not going to need them really. We could have a yoga mat just to make it more comfortable. But nevertheless, I just did it as a way of making this space, external space, that hopefully will also turn into an internal space of training. Makes it easier to focus on what you want to do and to use this as a replacement of what the dojo or the training facility that you go to means to you, which at least for me is a way to get out of this external noise that we have in the surrounding life, and try to silence out that noise and just go into yourself, find your center connected to the center of your partner or your friends in the dojo, to this space, and through that connection you can move on and expand outwards, of course, if you feel you can do that. But you need to at least to find yourself, your center, and to work on yourself to be able to allow that openness to come. So what we're going to do today is very simple stuff, actually, that I'm sure you all know of. You wouldn't really need this video, so you can take this video as a way to remind yourself to do the simplest task in your training that otherwise might be forgotten. And what we're going to do is work on our wrist and do the kind of classical stretching exercise, but together with that I'm going to do a little bit of posture and seiza. Now, if you have problems with your knees, of course you stay in this position, but even if you do, work on your posture and try to take what I'm talking about when I'm seiza and join that and see if you can stay in a good position for your back so you don't slouch too much. So I'm going to move into seiza. I'm going to move back a little bit. Now, if you just come into seiza, it's easy to kind of come into this curved position where you curve your back, because it's when you relax, it's easy to happen. But you really need to avoid that. So try to, as you go down into seiza, you find maybe one or two hands between your knees to just have a good position, not too close, not too open. Whatever, find a pretty relaxed position with your feet underneath your place here, and then you start from there. And the way you start is you raise your body up from the ground, and as you go down again, it's as if something is holding you up, and as you kind of sink into your base, this is still up. So you stretch your body apart and sink into your base into this kind of egg-shaped form, so that your gravity is centered mostly in the bottom here, and including your back into this round shape here, but that you keep yourself upright, and the feeling of being in a way that you can't be unbalanced, like one of those Russian dolls. So you get yourself up, and as you go down, you sink in maybe a couple of times. You find that this posture or position in your back, where you can start feeling good in your spine, in your base. All right, so now find your breath. If you haven't already, make sure you're breathing in and out with your lower part of your belly here, versus everything goes up with your bellies instead. This part, that's an indicator here now that your shoulders remains. When you breathe, you should be able to remain still and heavy and relax. So you can use your hand to control, versus this. Bring that down and then start this way. And keep coming back to that all the time. Posture, breath. And winning your breath, now we just go into your normal warm-up stretch routine, strengthening. I tend to favor this way where I have my thumb between my knuckles of the ring and the pinky finger, and the other one wrapping my thumb. And as I go in, what I want you to focus on is your breath, your back and posture, and that it's not one-dimensional in the sense that you're just pushing on one side and relaxing this. It's really, this one is always gonna do the reverse to what this is trying to do. This will win, so to speak, but this will always try to expand through. So if I would illustrate it, this work will do this. This one will try to go against it, but relaxed. And things to focus on, keep your shoulders relaxed, keep your elbows heavy. And in your breath, as you breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. 3 times each side. Find the knuckle, between the knuckles, wrap the thumb, shoulder down, elbows down. And remember again, this is going against, this is going in this. You can use your posture to accentuate this feeling of remaining and retaining and really like focusing that way of sitting in seiza. And we're moving to Nikkyo. Again, you know the Nikkyo pinky side here. This blade of the hand is going to cut yours in half into your center line, draw an arc all the way back into this non-ending spiral that goes into your center and back out again. And as you do that, you breathe in, and as you expand out, you breathe out. And again, this will try to do this, Nikkyo, but this will go against and try to expand through it, of course. All the way in. And again, this is really easy. Check yourself, don't bring your elbows up. Keep your elbows down, keep your shoulders down. 3 times each side. Okay. Sankyo, classical Sankyo. I'm going to move away from the classical Sankyo and I'm going to wrap all the way around so that I have an even bigger movement. You don't have to do that. You can definitely get away with just doing classical Sankyo grip around your blade of your hand. But it's nice to me to wrap even around so far as I can grab the other side of the thumb so that I have even more action going. Again, two-sided. This is trying to do one way, this is going to go against. So this is going to do this, and this is going to try to go against. And here, observe if your shoulders and elbows are going up. Bring them down, in line with the line of the arm. Breathe in. And again, this is trying to go against. Reverse the roles. This is down, relaxed, heavy. And for people who do a lot of weapons work, we tend to get a lot of action with these type of muscles. So it's really good to do this kind of stretch 1 or 2 or even 3 times each side. I'm going to finalize this with trying to focus on how can we bring our shoulders and all these kind of packs that were so easy to kind of get up towards the ears. And it's easy to just use the idea of like, oh, but just relax. But it's really not that easy. So what I tend to favor is to do the opposite. So if I want to try to relax my shoulders, I'm gonna bring out the contrast of what that means. So basically, what I'm gonna try to do the opposite of relaxing. I'm gonna bring them really high up, and I'm gonna hold my breath. I'm bringing it up so that when from that extreme state of opposite of what I want to do, I can go all the way to the opposite of that. So it's going to look like this. I'm going to bring my hands down to my side and just kind of let them be heavy. I'm going to get into my posture. And then I'm going to, as I breathe in really poorly, all the way up to my lungs, I'm going to bring my shoulders up, tense everything up, hold my breath for a second, and then just going to let everything flow out. So you can do this with me like for about 3 times. And then just bring them out completely in a like big movement. So you really feel the difference, makes it much easier. Okay, so that would be the first part of this, maybe 2-part video. But this is the first part. So this is a simple stuff, get you going. If you want to, from here, use your other routines, maybe go into falling exercise, then you can go and do that now. Other than that, stay tuned, and we will do maybe a weapons thing with jaw for our next video. All right, see you later.